Alright, just out of Imagineer Wars, playing against my brother and his Orcs and Goblins. Today we're both playing completely different lists. He's playing this weird Cavalry Monster Mash list. The scenario we rolled up was Watchtower, and I am playing a 2 Mortis Engine regen list. Wes, do you want to quickly go over what you brought?
Goblin Wolf Trade, Orc Boar Trade. It's 49 Night Goblins, the level 2 Night Goblin Shaman, and a level 4 Night Goblin Shaman in there. 8 Trolls, 14 War Boy Biggins with Spears and Shields. That's an Orc Creek Boss BSB. That's a Black Orc War Boss on the Wyvern back here. And there's 2 units of 14 Goblin Wolf Riders, each with their own Goblin Big Boss in it.
Alright. And then I brought a unit of 37 Graveguard with a White King BSB, White King Great Weapon, and a level 1 Death Necromancer, Spirit Host. My Corpse Guard is going to have to kind of proxy for my second Mortis Engine, but 2 Mortis Engines, 2 units of 30 zombies, actually one's only 29, with my level 4 in there, 6 Cryptors, 38 Ghouls with a Ghast, and my unit of dogs over here. Is Watchtower, so I won the Watchtower, won in quotations, but I have no units that are 20 or less of core to go in there, so Wes got first turn. Alright, end of Orcs and Goblins turn 1. Those guys animosity'd up, like with the full movement forward, and then his rest of his army moved up. He failed his march check, so then he moved straight back. And in the magic phase, he Vindictive Glared my Spirit Host, total powering it, and doing magic feedback where each of the wizards took a strength 6 hit, knocking off his level 4's Opal Amulet, and doing 1 wound to his level 2, and ending the magic phase. With all the shots from those guys into my Graveguard, he got 3 wounds, 2 of them I got armor saved, and so 1 Graveguard died. And we are off to Vampire Count's turn 1. Just finished Vampire Count's turn 1. My charges were dogs into the flank of his goblins, and that was it. Moved everything up, except for this whole block just kind of opened up. Magic phase. Oh, I also hurt my Mortis Engine with he rolled doubles. In the magic phase, I did try to snipe out his level 4. He dispelled it, and then I tried to do 4 dice Fan House Dance on my ghouls, and he scrolled that. In combat, my dogs did 1 wound to his level 2, and he killed 1 dog. I ended up losing by 2, but killed his wizard, his level 2. And I'm still there. So we are off to Orcs and Goblins turn 2. Yeah.
Poison to everything. You didn't miss any attacks.
Alright, so we just finished Orcs and Goblins turn 2. He did Trolls, Boar Boys, and his Goblins into the side of, or into my Cryptors. Dude on the Wyvern into the front of my Ghouls, Chariot into the flank of my dogs. Magic phase, got my scroll out when he tried to get sneaky stabbing over here, and I used my dice to spell the other spell he tried to cast. In the shooting, he killed 1 of my Graveguard with those guys, and in combat, I ended up losing by 3 here. And I ended up losing by 2 in here, doing 2 wounds to the Wyvern. So, oh, and his impact hits murdered my my dude. His Thunder Stomps also just really helped him save that fight. And we are off to Vampire Count's turn 2. Okay, just finished Vampire Count's turn 2. Graveguard charged into his dudes. Both Mortis Engines charged into the flank of the Goblin Wolf Riders. And then just kind of moved up a little bit. Magic phase, got bubble healing off, getting some Cryptors back, causing the force to run this way, and healing my Mortis Engines back up to full. In the shooting phase, I think I killed 4 Boar Boys with Banshee Hells, and in combat, Graveguard, my White King took 2 wounds and killed his dude that drank the strength potion and finished off the Goblin Wolf Riders. And then I did 7 wounds with impact hits, and I ended up winning by 11 or 10, I believe. The trolls rolled snake eyes to stick around, but I caught the goblin wolf boys, and those boars are actually fleeing. And in here, I ended up losing by 4, doing 1 more wound to the wyvern, who has 3 taken off him. And we're off to Orcs and Goblins, turn 3. Just finished Orcs and Goblins, turn 2. Charges were chariots into my ghouls. Those guys rallied. And Magic saw Bad Moon come flying through here. Those guys got sneaky stabbing, and I stopped his poison attacks on his trolls. I lost a bunch of ghouls, lost that combat, died. He overran into my zombies with that one chariot, past his difficult terrain, and took 1 wound from the Bad Moon. And over there, it was a drawn combat. We each did 1 wound. So we were off to Vampire Counts, turn 3. Alright, so we just finished my turn 3. What happened was I tried to get a terror check to get those guys out of the way, so that maybe I could charge with both guys to get my Mortis engines out of the way so that my Grave Guard could charge into the flank of the trolls, but I'm too wide, so I couldn't fit. So I moved this guy over here to scream at his general, and move my Necromancer out of that unit over into there. In the magic phase, I rolled a 2 and a 1, which I just tried to death snipe his general, and I failed to cast it, so I stored 1 dice. Then in the shooting phase, I rolled horrible on both Mortis engines, doing no wounds. Impact hits, I rolled 2, killing 1 boar boy. He did 1 wound back to me, which I ended up winning by 1, but he's still there. And in here, I won by 2, and he stuck around. And I lost by 7 on this fight, where he did his 7 impact hits and then just didn't work. So, oh, and this thing just came right back through my zombies and killed a bunch of them. And we have to leave the store, so we don't. Right now, it's the start of turn 4. So at the it ends on a 6. Yes. No, you roll a dice and you add the turn number, and if it equals 10,
Do you want to roll it?
roll the dice.
No, we go on.
So go on to
close.
you go on to 5. Go on to 6. It would end on turn 6. So I would still have a good 3 turns to get those goblins out of there. Yeah, no, I was. I feel like I'm getting robbed on this win. But yeah, so we're gonna have to call it there. Thanks for watching.